So how did you find the rest of the band?
They're all waiting for a bus out front of my house one morning, and they were selling, turnips off the back of a wagon. Let's see. I've known Anna for a while. We'd had a lot of friends in common, and I knew she played violin. And we were actually out drunk one night at this taco stand in the east side of LA called El Gran Burrito. And I walked up to her. I think I was pretty faded, and I was like, "So you want to play in my band? I got this rock band. And I need like a violin player and something like that." She was like, "Yeah, whatever, dude."
Everyone had that same yeah, whatever, dude. That was the reaction. Yeah, whatever.
Everyone but Darren. Darren was like, "Yeah, I'll be in your band."
Well, where's Darren from?
Darren's from Fresno, actually outside of Fresno, Kingman or Kingsburg, one of those.
I thought he was from Fresno.
Central Valley though, like Pavement, Granddaddy, that part of indie rock thing. It's in his blood. It courses through his veins.
And you found him at a taco stand too.
Yeah.
Well, there's enough good taco stands out there. Let me tell you, there's some great ones.
When Darren and I first met, actually, we hit it off really well. Like I was looking for a drummer, and if you're a singer and you're trying to start a band, you want your drummer because a drummer is like not just a drummer. A drummer's a situation. You know what I mean? Like that's the one person you want to be the most committed because it's like that's where the drums have to live somewhere, and it's always a pain to try and teach new parts to get a new drummer, or whatever. And if you're a drummer, you just want a singer. There's not that many solo drummer artists out there, so you want to like your band. So we hit it off immediately. I always wanted to be in a band with a drummer like Darren. I think he always wanted to be in a band that I was trying to start. So we actually spent a lot of time. We spent like 4 months alone together in this warehouse on the east side of the LA River, just playing and playing and playing like 20 hours a week. And just we would just like scream and stomp and holler, and we started to feel like maybe we were onto something. That was before anyone else really joined the band. It was just me and Darren. We were gonna be a two-piece. We like actually booked our first show just like, what, we'll just be a two-piece. I don't care. I was trying to figure out how Jack White does it, where
you were gonna be like Local H.
Yeah, it was gonna be literally just two of us, and then these jokers came along.
Speaking of the name, that's a great name, Airborne Toxic Event. We lived here right by where one happened, of course, 9/11. Unbelievable, the horrible air and the way it affected the people around here. But it's a great name. Tell me about coming up with that name.
Well, it's from a book called White Noise, which is written by this cat named Don DeLillo, and it's the second chapter of the book. There's 3 chapters or 3 units, whatever. And what happens is this guy, and he's got this family, and they're this super modern family, and he goes out and he gets exposed to this huge cloud that the media has called the Airborne Toxic Event. There's this big explosion at this chemical factory. And so the big gag is that they tell him, you're going to die, but they don't tell him when. He's like, well, when am I going to die? He's like, well, it might be a week or it might be 50 years. And so, like, the whole thing is it's all about the fear of death. And I felt really relevant, just because it's also like this sign of like media. It's like this metaphor for like constant, ever-present media, and like how the point of the book is that you're constantly trying to communicate with people because you're essentially afraid to die. That's the big premise of the book. And I was writing a lot of songs that kind of dealt with that idea, and the point of the band was really to try to connect with people and put on this amazingly cathartic show. And that's really that was the original idea for the band. And so it made a lot of sense to just call it that. Also, it's just like a dumb name. It's like long. It doesn't sound like anything else.
There was so much confusion over what kind of band we were in the beginning. Everyone thought we were some OC punk band or something.
Everyone talks about
Coercive thrash metal.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, it's
all the time away, still on my mind. We were on our own almost all the time. It's just step away for a second or two. When I close my eyes, I think about you. We were only 17. We were holding in our screams like we torn it from the pages of some lipstick magazine. And you scratch and turn and say, let's burn ourselves up till we scream like gasoline. inside your blouse. Well, they tell me that you're married now. Oh, my dear, I fear I can't understand how. We were only 17, we were holding back our screams like we torn our lives from the pages of some girly magazines. And you scratch and turn and say, let's burn these sheets down to the seams like gasoline. Turning green, each like the last, they all go past like credits on a screen. With your memory blazing through me, burning everything like gasoline, like gasoline.